Hello there. This week we've been playing a lot of drawing games, things like Pictionary and Quick Draw. I don't know if you know those games, but we find them hilarious in our house. And we use a timer, got it here, to time each other so that you don't spend very long on each drawing. And it's just such great fun. And this has been really good practice for this week's artist that's going to inspire our work, because he famously draws very quickly, or at least appears to, because his sketches are very sort of scrappy and they look quite scribbly. They're full of expression and they're incredibly funny. Do you know which artist I'm talking about? I bet you know his work. He famously illustrates books for Roald Dahl, so you might know his work for Matilda. It is, of course, the brilliant Quentin Blake. So today I'm going to be giving you some top tips for how to sketch like Quentin Blake. So for this week's video, you're going to need just a few things that I hope you've got around the house. You're going to need a few pieces of A4 paper, just ordinary drawing paper, whatever you can get hold of. You're also going to need a favourite pencil or two, and if possible, a black ink pen. So not necessarily a fountain pen, but one of these, like these nice writing pens. Or a biro is fine. Something black, just so we can get this kind of nice inky texture and appearance that Quentin Blake's illustrations have. You're also going to need some colours. So I brought along my felt tips, but I've also got some crayons here. If you've got coloured pencils, that would be absolutely fine as well. Just something to add a bit of colour to. Oh, and I haven't got one on the table here, but also you'll need a rubber, and that's it. So our first job is going to be making ourselves a little book to practice some of the key features of Quentin Blake's style. And so I hope you can see my piece of paper here. I'll just get rid of the others. So all you need to do is, with your piece of paper, if you just fold it in half like so corner to corner, and then just press that down there. Use the table to help you. And then fold it like so again. And then that gives us 4 different sections to work on. To get the loose style of Quentin Blake, some of you might automatically have this, but if you come to my class, you'll know that I'm a bit of a neat freak. So sometimes what I do when I want to get a really loose style is you'll know this about me, I swap to the hand that I don't usually draw or write with. And then that gives me a very loose line on my paper. If you're not feeling brave enough to do that, then here's another tip. It's not quite so extreme, which is to keep the pencil or the pen in the hand that you usually draw with, but instead of holding it near the nib of the point of the pencil, if instead, so that gives you lots and lots of control, but if you move your hand back a little bit down, just slide it back down the pencil or the pen, then you'll find that actually the marks that you make are much looser. And this is kind of what you want to get for the Quentin Blake style. You want it really nice and loose. So we're going to start in pencil, but then we might go over in pen. If you're brave enough, you could use pen straight away. I haven't been brave enough, because also you might want to rub things out and have another go. Quentin Blake always starts with the features of the person's face, because he says that if you get that wrong, then you don't want to have drawn a lot of other things in your picture to have to kind of start again. So if you can get the expression, the face of the person that you're drawing correct to start with, then everything else can be added sort of sketchily afterwards. So the first thing we're going to start with is the eyes. We're going to start with small dot eyes, and I've already drawn those on this bit of paper here. The next eyes we're going to do are small eggs. So use your pen nice and loosely, make 2 small egg shapes, and then we're going to do an arrow nose. Next, it's large egg eyes. So just the same, 2 ovals, but bigger, with an arrow nose. Glasses, 2 more eggs, or round, whatever glasses shape you like, with an arrow nose. And then for slightly older eyes, you can just do 2 little lines underneath and then add the nose. So now for noses, you've already seen the arrow nose. That's the one that Quentin Blake uses quite a lot, and it's quite a nice, easy one to start with. Draw your dot eyes first, and then a simple downward pointing arrow for a nose. Next, more dot eyes, and then the same arrow nose, but just do it slightly scribbly, so nice and loose with that pen. Next is the sausage nose. Very simple. More dot eyes. This one's a little bit more complicated. Draw a line down and then draw half a heart, and then the handle of a teacup. That makes a very smart looking nose. This one's quite easy. Get a nice fierce brow, like fierce eyebrow. And then you can do any eyes that you like. Onto profiles. So this is a sideways pointy nose. And then a classic Mr. Twit nose. Start with the eyes again. And then Mr. Twit's nose is rather generous, with a lovely big nostril there, and even the other nostril next to it. And then of course with Mr. Twit you need his bushy eyebrows. Bit of a monobrow going on there, look at that, there's Mr. Twit. Soft profile nose here. Often used for children. And then same for a pointy profile nose. Onto mouths next. So start with the nose, and then that will give you where you want to put your mouth. Just a simple scribble mouth. I've done a sausage nose here. I'm going to do a little sketchy line in a bit of a smile. The next one is the luscious lips. Draw them very quickly. Same for if you want to draw somebody with teeth. Don't spend too long on it. Just a little scribble top lip, very lightly. Just sketch in those teeth really quickly. That's it, then leave it. Wobbly smile, a wobbly smiler here. So just a wobbly line, make a nice smile. Princess Pretty Lips here, this is my favourite one. Kind of do a heart halfway through, but really quickly. Love that one. Or sad mouth profile. I think this one's very sad, I've done here, a real down-turned mouth there. Okay, so we're on to hands and feet now. So turn over your paper, so you're on the next section, and you can start doing some nice pointy sausage fingers really quickly. Be very loose with your pen. Easy. Then if you want to show your hand holding something, do a bunch of banana hands. To practice your legs, do a couple of stick legs and then just really lightly draw some pointy quick shoes. You can add laces or buckles or buttons or whatever at the end. Draw number 4 in pencil and then go over it in your pen to make the number 4 legs. You get a really nice pose there, really quickly. Do you want somebody in a skirt here? Oh yes, and with jumping feet, so the feet are sort of pointing downwards, but I have done it so quickly. So we're on to trying to put those features together to make some heads and shoulders here. So keep it loose and don't take too long doing this. So I've started with the eyes, I've gone for the nose and then the ears and the chin and then the head, but leave gaps. Do it quickly. So here we've got a couple of large egg eyes, or Princess Pouty Lips. There's the chin, and then the hair comes in really quickly, and the thin necks look quite fun, and then a necklace there. And now we can try to draw whole figures. So I'm starting here with the head, the expression, and then going on to the body. I've made a little book of sketchy characters there. The next thing we're going to try is to use a focus, like Quentin Blake sometimes does, to inspire our sketch. So this one that you can see here is a big yellow blob that turns out to be a sun. We're going to use a very simple shape to provide the focus and inspiration for our drawings, and that is going to be a circle. So again, you need to make a new piece of paper into your four, because you're going to have 4 different goes at this, and we're going to use a circle, simple shape of a circle, and all you need to do is to draw around the circle so that you have a circle shape on each side of your paper. So we used a badge and a pencil sharpener, and you could also use a penny, any round coin, anything you like that will fit in. I've made another little book here. This one says sketches starting with circles, and I've done a kind of Quentin Blake style figure on the front with a circle here. I've just put our Daisy and my circle drawings inside here. So I actually cut the paper up so that we had our section. So we've got like a concertina here, and you can see all the ones that we tried. Are they upside down? Well, some of them are kind of the wrong way around, I think. Oh, that one's sideways as well, that second one. But you can see, you can display it like so when it's in the concertina, and you can see how that little pop of colour gives a really nice focal point, just like Quentin Blake does sometimes to inspire his drawings. And I wonder if you can think of some other things that you could use your circle for and do some Quentin Blake style drawings. Remember, don't take too long about it, be quick, and then you can go over and pen afterwards, but keep that sketchy style. In lots of people's windows, as we've been walking around, and even in our windows, we have put some rainbows, and they've become a real symbol for this time, for everybody feeling very hopeful. And Quentin Blake has done a series of pictures that feature the rainbow. So Daisy and I put our rainbow sketches together. So we have our little book of rainbow sketches. And we've concertinaed this one again, so you can see all these lovely rainbows. And the sketches, you can display your rainbows like so, or you could send one of them off to a friend in the post, and they just look very lovely, and I hope you come up with some really good ones. Please do send us your pictures. Send us some pictures of you inspired by Quentin Blake doing some rainbow sketches. Good luck, go for it. It's so much fun, so silly, and you'll just really enjoy it, I hope. I hope you have a good week. See you next week. Keep well, keep safe, and do keep creating. Bye for now.